lot of innovative developments in housing these days. Some people even building their homes underground to save energy. But a housing development exclusively for single parents? Here's Norma Quarles with the story.
From the outside, this apartment building near downtown Denver looks like many others. But it is unique. It is the only apartment building in the country designed specifically for the single-parent family. Members of this United Methodist Church founded Warren Village 6 years ago. Fundraising efforts allow the complex to provide low-cost housing for 90 single parents and their 140 children. Just 2 of the single parents are men. Residents include divorcees, women abandoned or abused by their husbands, and unwed mothers. The low-cost daycare center in the building is of vital importance to the single parents. 31-year-old Tria Thomas is a successful former resident and is now on staff as a program assistant and working on a master's degree.
Here you get the services, the supports that you need to help you move in the direction you need to go, and you start to feel okay about being a single parent.
There is now a 12-month waiting period to get into Warren Village. Some city and governmental agencies are studying this program to see if it can be duplicated elsewhere. Norma Quarles, NBC News, Denver, Colorado.
A lot of things have changed over the last 30 years, but the mission of Warren Village remains the same. Today we continue to provide homeless single-parent families safe and secure shelter, childcare, and a chance to regroup so that they can go on to become homeowners, college graduates, working professionals, responsible parents, and community leaders.
Hi, I'm Joanie. This is my journey. From 2008 to 2010, this is my safe haven. Welcome to Warren Village. April 22nd, 2008 was another day of victory for me. As I received the keys to my apartment in 516 here at Warren Village, opening the door, so many emotions were flooding through. So many emotions of victory, bitterness, but knowing that I was on a journey that I'd never imagined where it would take me. My daughter and I had moved in for the first time, my own first place by myself. My name on the lease, raising my daughter for the first time as a single mother. My husband was a professional bus driver, charter bus driver, as well as a truck driver. That was our life. He was gone 20 days out of the month, and many times he would not contact us, or he would call and say, hey, I'm here, but not knowing if that was true where he was at. I had to fend for myself. We were not left at times with food, and I was always in survival mode, always in survival mode. In June 2007 is when I finally decided it was time to leave. The elders from our church allowed me the key to the apartment they gave us, which was a 2-unit duplex, and I moved up front. I went back to the house to get my belongings as the husband was on a charter bus tour out of town. And I didn't hear from him anymore, and I went back to the house to get mine and my daughter's belongings. I went by myself. There was a family celebration that I asked one of my family members to watch my daughter. I go to the house and I find that their landlord was there, and the husband and his friend were there. And he come up to me and says, you need to leave the property now. I says, I don't need to leave the property, I live here. He says, your name's off the lease. I remember asking the landlord, is my name off the lease? And she said, no, your name is still on the lease. I went back to the front and I found the husband trying to lock the door before I got to it. And I tried to open the screen door, let me in my place, I need to get my belongings. You're not getting anything. And we had a scuffle, I pushed him, and I found myself later, 2 weeks later, after I left where we were at, that I was told by my son's girlfriend that there was a warrant out for my arrest, and I said, a warrant out for my arrest? Why? There's a warrant out for your arrest. What did I do? All I did was push him in self-defense. We were at a church function, and it was a beautiful summer day. My daughter and I were there. I was approached to the back of the church, and there was 2 police officers. They called me to the back of the pastor's office and said, "Where's your daughter?" I said, "She's here with me. What is going on?" They wouldn't explain anything. "We're here to take her." "Why are you taking my daughter?" I was able to say my goodbyes to my daughter. After that, I found out that I was a court order stating that I was abusive to my daughter. My husband then attempted to come up with more lies against me to the courts. So I was not able to see my daughter for 3.5 months. I had to have supervised visits to where I only got to see her 1 day out of a week. I was able to get my daughter back after 3.5 months of going through all that. I was cleared of all charges. I'll never forget the day that I received a phone call from Pam Lozo, who was the housing director. She called me on a Saturday morning. Said, "Joanie, this is Pam. I'm just calling to let you know we have a 2-bedroom apartment available for you. Would you like to move in?" I said, "Yes." So when I was able to get all the finances with my little job that I had then working at the VA hospital, and that was another part-time job, I was able to come up with the money to move in. And that was another victory. Sitting here right now looking at this 2-bedroom apartment, it brings so much memories of the times that we lived here. We lived here. It was a very secured building as well. The security guards were very pleasant to talk with and know that they were here 24 hours. The life skill classes that we took, Geneva and I were able to take keyboard classes together to where we were able to learn keyboard together, and that was an awesome time that we were able to do. As well as there was children's, the kids club. The kids club was about 4 times a week, and they also provided resources for these kids as well as Big Brother, Big Sister. So we continue going to college as I plan on getting my bachelor's degree in human services. When I left Warren Village a year ago, I shedded tears, but they were tears of joy. Tears of joy of the victories that have been won and the 2 years that I was able to gain structure, stability, empowerment, and the visions of moving forward. I want to truly say thank you to Warren Village for helping my daughter and I break the cycle, gain the skills and self-sufficiency that we have gained moving into our permanent housing. Again, thank the staff in Warren Village for all that you have done for my daughter and I.